I honestly don't even know like how to go about making this video and talking to you guys about this, but I feel like it's important because it is something very big happening in my life that I'm working on navigating. And, you know, of course, like, this is something that I'm going to have to be working on navigating and living with for the rest of my life. And I'm sure, as you could tell by the title, my dad died. And he passed away on January 14th. And he had been fighting his terminal cancer with his terminal battle with prostate cancer for 2.5 years. And, you know, the scary thing is he likely had it a little bit longer, but the doctors just weren't able to like catch up on it and stuff like that. And it was a very aggressive cancer. And so we knew from the beginning that like this cancer is going to be what took my dad. However, because it was such a rare form of the cancer, it just kept mutating to all of the treatments that my dad had been going through. And I know I never really talked about this on my channel, and it's because it was, you know, very scary, and I didn't want to like acknowledge that this was happening a lot of the time. Like, I knew it was happening, but like I didn't want to live through it even more than like I already was. And so like, you know, it's just been a constant like wave ever since he was diagnosed. And basically his cancer was so aggressive that, especially in the past year, you know, it was never responding to treatment consistently. It would respond to treatment for about like a month or two, and then it would stop and it would start attacking more aggressively again. And so they would do some other treatment, and, you know, same thing would happen, and it would like, you know, work for about a month or two, and then it would stop working. And so he was constantly doing trials to see what would work and like see what's working and what's not. And I'm not going into that much detail because, to be honest, like, there's so many details that like I don't know about. And, you know, with COVID and everything, like, the only person allowed in the doctor's office like was my dad, and he would have to like have my mom like on FaceTime and stuff. So like everything, you know, like was already hard and like difficult to understand to begin with. And like what made it hard is like there were some times physically where he looked really well, but maybe he wasn't like feeling good physically, and then there are other times like where he looked really, really bad physically. And like it's hard because like we got to go on a family vacation in October. We went down to Corpus Christi for 5 days, and we haven't gotten to do something as a family for like 6 years. So like it was really, really great. But like I look back on photos and like, you know, he looks so healthy. Like he looks so healthy. And that was just in October. And like I look at that, I'm like, how can it literally change so fast? Because after that, especially, was when the trials that they were doing stopped being effective, and like literally they were trying to figure it out in November, but what they had to do is, because he was getting off of one trial that wasn't working and he was going to a different trial, for whatever reason they were saying that like he needed 30 days like of nothing, like 30 days like without anything, so that way that they can like start the new trial like more effectively. And like I already know like that going those 30 days without any medicine, without anything, like his body wasn't able to handle that. His body wasn't able to handle going cold turkey for that amount of time. And it just really deteriorated his body even more, to the point to where in December he was going back to MD Anderson for what should have just been like a checkup, and then they're gonna like start his new trial. And he ended up being there for a week, and we were almost going to be driving to MD Anderson to spend Christmas with him because he was still there. And so they actually sent him back Christmas Eve, so he got to be home for Christmas with us. But already then, like, I could see how weak he was, because they weren't even able to start the new trial because his blood platelet count was so low. And so I remember I had gone out of town for 2 weeks after Christmas, and I came back Wednesday, it was the 12th, And then I had to work at the art gallery Thursday the 13th, and so I didn't even see my dad the 12th, and then the 13th, originally I was actually going to be going over to my friend's house and we were going to have like a little girls' wine night sort of thing. And she ended up getting COVID, and so I went home. And like I look at it now, it's like I am so happy I went home, because the 13th after work, like we all met in like our family room. My whole family was there, like the 6 of us. My parents and then my 3 siblings. And he literally had just driven back from MD Anderson again. And you know, this whole time he technically hasn't started his new treatment, and so he was filling us in on why that was the case. And basically his blood platelet level was so low that they weren't going to be able to start chemo. Like they needed his blood platelet level to be higher, and so they were doing blood transfusions, but like nothing had been working. So basically they were going to be trying like this new patch test sort of thing. Like they were going to have to be doing like these like 4 estrogen patches or something like consecutively all at once, and that was going to hopefully bring like his blood platelet level up. And they said that that was going to have like a 10% chance of working, which of course you hear that and that's like so scary. But at the same time I'm like, I can't fathom like 5 years and like my dad's still not being here. Like I can't fathom that. And so like everything to me, it's like I knew it was happening, but it still like never quite feels real. Like it hits sometimes and you're like, this is happening. And then other times you're like, everything is fine. Like there's no way that like something like that is gonna happen. Like there's just no way. Like you hold on to so much hope and so much faith because you have to. And we're scared because it's like a 10% chance. But he ended up going to bed that night and he didn't wake up. And since then, my family and I have been trying to navigate what we're supposed to do. And there's been so much paperwork that we've been having to do. And I've been definitely helping my mom with that the most and just trying to make sure that like, because my dad was the one who handled all the finances for everything. And so I'm trying to like help my mom. And he has his casualty liaison, which is like his best friend, and he's been coming over, and like we've just been having to deal with all of this other stupid stuff while we're trying to figure out how like we're supposed to do this, because it's like this is something that like you can never fathom. Like this is something so horribly wrong that like you just can't like, and it's so hard because there's so many times, especially when my dad came back from MD Anderson the last time, like I hate cancer so much because it takes away such good people who don't deserve it. And he looked older than my grandpa because of how much the cancers hurt him and how weak he was. And it just makes me so mad. He's so young. Like, he's 57. Like, my siblings and I, like, my older brother, he's 25. I'm 23. My little sister is 21 and Chase is 18. And I look at that and it's just like, we're all so young to have lost him. And I look at it also like there's so much he missed out on that he was looking forward to, and so much that we're gonna miss him for. Like, no one in my family's gotten married yet, and none of us have had babies. And like my parents used to joke about like they were gonna get a Winnebago and plug them into like our houses because like we just love being together. Like it's always been the 6 of us, and we're so blessed to be so close. But it also makes it so hard when that is disrupted, and it's like, I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I just don't understand, like, how to go forward. Like, I am, and I'm doing my best, but it's so hard when your whole life is completely flipped upside down and like there's nothing you can do about it. Like you can't go back, you can't do anything except try to find the new next. And it's just like, it's so wrong, you know, like it is just so wrong. And I'm making this video, I think, because you know, I have a good relationship with you guys, and I want y'all to know, like, that, you know, I'm still gonna be here and I'm still gonna be making videos. And, like, it's hard because it's like, there's so much in my life that, like, I'm so excited for. Like, I'm still so excited about creating YouTube videos and, you know, just enjoying life and living. Like, I'm so excited. But it's so hard because it's like every minute of the day, like, I remember that, like, he's not here, you know, and he's not gonna be able to be here to see us all grow up. And, you know, like, I know he's so proud of us, but, like, it's just hard. And so I'm making this because I want y'all to know what's been going on in my life, because this is such a big part of my life behind the scenes. And it's just, I think I'm asking for, like, grace and patience, like, with making my videos, because, like, I'm so excited. Like, I have so much planned that I'm going to actually be starting here, like, really soon. But at the same time, it's just, like, I think I want y'all to know that, like, when you see me, I think for the most part, like, on YouTube, like, I'm going to be happy because, like, this makes me happy. Like, making videos and turning myself into characters makes me happy. But I think it's important to know that this is something very real going on behind the scenes, and something that is very much still affecting my family and I, and will continue to. So it's like, there's so much more going on, if that makes sense. Like, we're okay, but we're also not okay. But I wanted to fill you guys in because it, like, it sucks, and it really, really sucks. And if any of you out there are going through something like this or anything, like, I don't want this to scare you at all. I don't want this to be anything, like, negative. Like, I never want to put, like, negativity out there or anything. But I just wanted to fill you guys in on what is happening in my life and what happened. And I think I'm just asking for extra support and grace right now, like, as, like, this is being handled, because it is, like, so devastatingly hard, and it's still so raw. Like, it's been, like, a month and a half, and, like, it still feels like a blur, but at the same time, I don't understand, like how any of this is honestly happening. And it's just so, like, it's so difficult. And I know this video is literally all over the place, and I'm sorry, but I felt I couldn't, I don't feel like, for me, I could just keep making videos without this being put out there. And I know it's different for everybody, but I think for me it's like, it's important that, like, this part of me, I think, is being shared, and, like, this hurt is being shared. But with that being said, I'm really excited to be filming again and just being able to use YouTube as an outlet for positivity, and being able to continue to turn myself into characters. And, like, you know, I have so many things that, like, I'm looking forward to. So I do know the next video you guys are going to see was pre-filmed. This was filmed in December after I finished my 12 Days of SFXmas. I filmed my holiday wrap-up, like my recap video that I do. So I just want that to be said, that, like, the next video was filmed before any of this. And I just feel like that's important to mention. But I really appreciate you guys so much, and I appreciate your support. And I've already seen so many comments, because I had made a post on Instagram just, like, filling you guys in on, like, what had happened, and, like, so many of you guys already were just, like, so sweet. And, like, there's been so much outpour of love from strangers that, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I need the support. I need, like, just people. Um, like that's something I knew from the beginning, because we had like so many people over here like just helping us, and immediately like I just knew it's like I am going to need people like, you know, 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now. And thankfully my friends have been there for me and they've been coming over, because I just knew it's like what I'm scared about going forward is like when everyone else's lives go back to normal and ours will never be normal. Like ours will never be the same. It will still be beautiful. I have faith in that. Like it will still be great and beautiful, but it will never be the same. And so just the support has meant so much to me. So I just want to thank you guys for everything. Like I said, I know this video is all over the place. There's no way I think that you can like properly structure a video like this. So I didn't even try. I didn't want to try. I just wanted to sit here, fill you guys in, just say things like as it hits, you know? But I really appreciate you guys being here for me, and I will see you guys in more positive videos, which I'm looking forward to because I need that too. But thank you guys for your love and support because I really, really appreciate it.